Okay, so for most of you who know me, you guys already seen I have made that oath of enlistment and I joined the United States Air Force. And now it's only been 1 year since I joined. I've been thinking about making this video and just talking about my experience of being in the military and my journey in the military and how did that go for me and you know what is like in hey maybe from the stuff I said you may want to join too. So just a disclaimer, these are my views. They're not representation of the U.S. Air Force or of any kind, yada yada yada. They're my opinions. Hexef, please don't come after me. Okay, all right. So I joined the military December 3rd, 2024. Of yeah, now I can't even say last year because we're in 2026 now. Literally, I was supposed to make this video like sometime last year, but a lot of stuff happened. But yeah, December 3rd is where I left for boot camp. I did it mainly because my wife was pregnant with our son at the time, of my second child, and I needed more stability. I needed more money and just a way to provide like a good future for them. And at the time, I was let go from my job working at AT&T. Didn't really like the job. I didn't even care. I think while I was there, I was already looking into the Air Force anyways. It was just an idea. I just said, the military helps pay for your family and stuff like that. So why not do that? And that's what I did. And, got let go from the job. So whatever. I could have cared less. But nonetheless. So on that day, my ride was waiting for me. It took us straight to the hotel, Albany, New York. And I said goodbye to my family. And it was like really tough. I was just thinking like, I'm doing this. I get to the hotel, they provide you with food and stuff like that. And then you wake up the next morning and you get shipped out. So slept, ate, woke up, got there. They gave us plane tickets. We got our plane tickets for our rides. Fast forward, I'm in San Antonio, Texas. And that's when I knew, like, it's about to happen. So I get downstairs, I make it, I see, soldiers there, and I'm a little nervous because I'm thinking, like, is this the part where they scream at you? They did not scream at me yet. They just told me what to do, handed them the papers that I needed, and just wait on this line over here. We waited on the line. They instructed us to call our loved ones and let them know that we made it there safely. I did that. We get on the bus, and I'm just like really like, holy fuck, like I'm doing this. And you get there, MTI comes on the bus, and the MTI is just a military training instructor, the guys with the hats, that's usually screaming at people. And of course, what they did was scream at us on the bus, telling us to hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, get off the bus. And I'm like, oh shit, drop your bags, drop your bags. And then we drop our bags. We get in there. We pretty much go through the whole like in processing where they get you like all your goods, your backpack, soap, deodorant, all types of stuff, like shower slippers, all that kind of jazz that they want you to have just for that first night. We didn't finish till probably 3 a.m. in the morning, and that's just a guess because we didn't have our phone. So we could not even know like what time it was. All I know is that when our MTI came, they got us, bring us to our room, and told us to shower, which was like the first like thing because you're showering with a bunch of men. So yeah, a lot of people were kind of like hesitant because it's like, oh, I'm about to be naked in front of a person. Just get it over with. You're here, just get it over with and be done. And I went straight to sleep because I was tired. And the next morning, I just woke up to wake up, wake up, wake up, and banging. And I was just so like delirious. I felt like someone just threw a stun grenade at me. And I was having such a peaceful sleep. And when I saw this guy just come in here and just started screaming, I just started just trying to make my bed and everything because I remember from the videos, you gotta make your bed, you gotta make your bed. Just try to make it look nice. And we standing at our wall lockers, and then it's just going at it. I see some people getting chewed out, like they getting smoked, and I'm like, oh shit, like I actually like did it, and I'm here, and this is what's happening. So, just fast forwarding, like I was kind of like, I don't know if I could probably do this because I was sleepy. It was stressful. A lot of marching, stuff like that. We got our uniforms and by the first week, and then we got to our squadron. And squadrons are exactly what it sounds like, a squadron, but they all have a different mascot. Like, you see the sweater I'm wearing? Is a bulldog. That was a squadron I was a part of. I was a bulldog, the 326 training squadron. And the first week, it was rough. It was hard. I wanted to be over with already. But as the days went on, it got better. PT was probably my struggling point. Meaning that like once I had got married, I gained a lot of weight at that time. So I wasn't in the fitness standard that I needed to be. So when they were running, I was not a good runner. I always never saw myself as a good runner, but at least I know that at the time when I was fit, I would have been able to like keep up and just improve. So when I first like ran, I was in the back. I was like dead last. And it was kind of just discouraging. But every day we did PT, and I just gave it my all just to try to get better, you know. The food they give you there is not like anything crazy. It's like school food. Like that's the best way to put it. It's like school food. Like if you had New York City school food, but somewhat better. And there's no soda or anything like that. Just Gatorade and water. That's pretty much it, or like some kind of juice. And you do that. They only give you 10 minutes to eat, so you got to eat really fast. Or the MTI will come in there and tell you to get up and get out, and they yell at you and do that. That first week, they're just yelling at you. No talking in the dining facility, so you're not allowed to talk. When you're getting your food, you have to just look straight ahead, heels together, and hands on the table, and you just sliding and stuff like that. But that was just a part of it. And you're marching at all times. So you're even marching in the dining facility. So you have to march, do facing movements, left face, right face, stuff like that. So by the time I got to like week 3, I was improving. I was able to like keep up whenever we did double time with the flight running for PT. So my running got better, and then we started doing like 24-minute run days. So my run improved. Then I remember fifth week. Fifth week is the PT test that actually matters. And if you fail it, you get recycled 2 weeks, which nobody wants to get recycled. And honestly, that was the only thing that I worried about, getting recycled. I did not want to get recycled. So, I didn't get to do it with my flight because I had a medical appointment. So I had to do it the next day. And because you're not with your flight at that time, whoever needs to make it up, they're doing it, and the MTIs are looking. So it was like me and like 3 other people doing it. So I did my push-ups. I did like 40 push-ups or whatever. Sit-ups, I think I got to like 30 sit-ups, and that was it. And then it was the run, the 1.5 mile run. I got like a 16:51, and I was discouraged. Like I was pissed. Like I remember when we had dinner, and I just broke down like kind of crying because I was thinking like, yo, I was gonna get recycled, everything because I already knew I failed. I didn't score high enough. Which in the PT test you have to get a 75 or higher just to pass, and I just wanted to get that 75. So the MTIs, one thing that I did learn was that they're not mean people. I mean, some of them are like they yell at you in the beginning, but they're your instructors, so they're trying to help you succeed. So like there was this MTI that I'm probably never gonna forget, Technical Sergeant Kirk, and he was a very flamboyant MTI. Like I don't know if he was gay, but very feminine mannerisms. Like the way a female kind of like snaps at you and kind of like throw shade. That's how he would do it. I can't do it right now because I feel like it's weird just doing it. But if you know how they do, that's kind of how he was. Like very sassy. That's how I'll put it. I'll put it like that. But he was always picking me, like just chewing me out for like random stuff, and I didn't talk. Like at MT, when I was in BMT, I did not talk. Like I would be quiet. Like I just wanted to get by and just pass. So my whole thing was to keep a low profile and not talk to much people. Like people said some stuff to me and I would talk, but I would just be quiet. Like people get in trouble for talking information and stuff like that. It would never be me because I literally just wouldn't talk at all. So yeah, he will always pick on me, and I hated him. I hated him so freaking much. Like I wanted to fight him. Like there were so many times like I felt like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm gonna fight somebody or whatever. Like because a lot of these MTIs, they're around my age. So you know, a lot of the other trainees that are with me, they're like 18, 19, 21, 25, some 27. There was a couple people older than me. There was like one guy who was 38 in there and one that was 35. So there are older people who tend to join and whatnot. And then there was one guy in a different flight that I ended up being a part of that I'm going to get to, who was 41. So age does not matter. You can join at any time. If you ever feel like it's too late, it's not too late. So Technical Sergeant Kirk was always getting on me and everything, and I was just so pissed with him. But after I failed that 5th week PT test, I couldn't do Pacer Forge, which is like a mock deployment that we do during 6th week, where we have like our rifles and all this gear, and we go into like this field, and we literally camp out in the field for like a day and a half, and we do like training exercise and stuff like that. I was back at the squadron. I had to do my retake PT test. So my push-up was good, so they kept the push-up score for that. So I just had to do a sit-up and a mile-and-a-half run. My my sit-up, I didn't do well on the sit-up again. I don't know. I just can't do a lot of sit-ups. So the mile-and-a-half run, I was just like, I gotta at least like get this. One, I hate running, but I have to at least get this. So Technical Sergeant Kirk, he actually ran with me. He ran behind me, and there was another trainee that I met who was cool. He decided to like just run, just to give me motivation. So he ran in front of me, and they both just running with me, trying to like help me keep pace, telling me to go faster, like don't slow down. I'm dying. I'm just running. I felt like I was about to die. I felt like I was gonna die. But when I got to the end, they was like, come on, you're almost done. Because you gotta do 6 laps around the track. And I see it right there. It's like, come on, right there. You just gotta make it right there. And I just pushed just to make it. And I was able to knock down my run time by 2 whole minutes, which is actually pretty good, to like a 14:50:51. So 2 minutes. And I had a good run time. So I was like happy. Like I was so happy because the run is usually the hardest part. It's not the push-ups or the other stuff. It's the run that gets you, because most of your points come from the run. So that was good. I felt happy. I felt like I'm gonna actually graduate and not get recycled. And then 6 week, like I think it was like 2 days later after I did Pace of Forge, which sucked ass. I hated Pace of Forge. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, in case people do want to go, but it's boring. It's boring. It's a mock deployment and it's boring, and you're eating MREs, and MREs is literally just like this. I don't even know what to call it, like dried food or food that needs water or something like that. It's like food that's just not gonna just get expired or whatever. And we ate that, and it was just not fun eating that stuff. I hate eating MREs. I don't never want to eat those again unless it's for pure survival purposes. But so 5 days before graduation, we had to do something called the EOC, which is the last thing for graduation, which is an end of course test, and it's based on all the things that we learned. And at that time, I had a doctor's appointment, and they had discovered that I was diagnosed with a heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and they were saying like I could die like randomly of a heart attack. And I already knew what was coming when they told me that. Like, they're gonna try to like kick me out. But I was hoping like they don't say anything. I was not saying anything about it, but they already know. Like, they contact your squadron about it, so they already knew about it. So literally as soon as I got back, they were telling me I was going to the tryst. I had to start packing, and I was upset. And then many of my other wingmen was asking me like, what happened and stuff like that. And some were sad, like some were helping me pack, and they were sad to see me go. And I was just like, well, it's my last day here. And it was just a shitty feeling. And I remember that morning, and I don't know what was gonna happen, because I'm like, I'm not gonna be here. So I remember asking my MTI for my dorm, Technical Sergeant Veglin, if I could have breakfast with the flight. And he was like, yeah, you're gonna have breakfast. So I did breakfast, and then a couple of trainees came, and they were gonna take me. And I was like, well, goodbye guys, like this was it. And I went downstairs to CQ, just waiting for whatever they was gonna do. And I got word that they were gonna allow me to take the EOC. So I put my stuff back in our dorm, and I went and took the EOC. And I was telling like my flight like I was getting ready to leave and stuff like that for the heart condition. I took the EOC. I passed it. Got an 80, 85 or 83. I don't even remember. I know it was like an 80 something. And then right there, after like taking the EOC, I kind of forgot about like leaving until it kind of hit me. Like the trainees that were escorting me were telling me, all right, that they're ready to take me. And I remember when I got all my things, went downstairs, and one of my wingmen, he came and he just like ran and gave me a hug, and like that shit like made me sad. And when I was waiting in CQ, I was crying. I was bawling my eyes out because I busted my ass in BMT. I went through the screaming. I went through waking up early, the PT, bust my ass to get the PT test and getting a good run time. And like I was doing this for my family, so it's like, what I'm supposed to tell my wife, what I'm supposed to tell my kids, like I'm coming back home, and then I'm gonna have to like figure it out. Like it was just like everything that I had planned was just not working out. And I was just like, why is God doing this thing? Why is he punishing me? And I remember standing in front of my flight chief while she was like gonna say whatever she was gonna say to me, and she could just see me, just the tears just coming down my face. And um, she was telling me, like, I know, like, this is not what you wanted to hear or what you wanted to happen, but I do apologize, and I do understand where you're coming from. And she was telling me that, you're gonna hear people say things, and they're not gonna give you the answer you want to do. And what you have to do is to keep fighting to not get the answer that you're looking for. Don't just give up because someone said no. And those are the last words I remember she said. And I went to the Tris, and the Tris is essentially a squadron where other trainees who are either being separated from the military or are there for medical reasons, like they got injury, they stay there temporarily until they return to training or go home. So I was there, and it was like I was meeting all these new people, and I just wanted to be alone, and I was crying like for the first 3 days. And my wife ended up coming like a week later, because I was supposed to graduate that time. And because I didn't graduate my flight, they still allowed me to still spend time with my wife and stuff like that. So I did. Fast forwarding, I spent 7 weeks in the Tris, which was another BMT cycle in there. And I was already like okay with going home at that point because I've been there, and the people I started to meet there were cool, and I had a lot of like fun moments, and we get to play video games in there and stuff like that. It's less stress than BMT. No one's really yelling at you, so it was kind of like a break from the military life in a sense, because it wasn't a training squadron. It was a support squadron, so it's a little bit different. But I ended up fighting my case, went to all the avenues, first sergeant, commander, telling them that why I deserve to be in the Air Force, and I need a second opinion on my heart. I got a second opinion on my heart. I got an MRI done, and the MRI results came back normal. And that was a big shock for me because I was like, normal? So that means I could go back to training. And I was happy because I was like, I could actually go back to training. And I actually ended up going back to training. So I did. They sent me to 4th week instead of 6th week, which sucked because I thought I was going to just be there for 1 week or something like that. But anyways, I was just glad to be back. I went through the 3 weeks there, graduated. I was done. I got to see my wife at graduation. She got to see me do the airman's run, and freaking dying doing the airman's run. More running. I hate running. But in the military, that's all it is, running. And I went to tech school. I went to tech school in Keesler, Mississippi, for air traffic control. It was nice being in tech school. It's a different environment than BMT. You get your phone back, so you can have your phone. You're allowed to drink alcohol if you like drinking alcohol or smoking cigarettes, whatever. You can also drive your vehicle if you bring your vehicle down. You get more of your freedom back. That's why tech school is where it feels a bit better, because you can wear regular clothes, you can go off base, you can eat McDonald's or whatever it is, or go out with friends just doing normal stuff. You just have school essentially during the weekdays and stuff like that. So you go there for your job. I ended up washing out of air traffic, meaning that I failed it. It was hard. I'm not going to get too much into it. It just, I was kind of relieved in a sense and sad at the same time, because I don't want to have to start all over. And that's what it kind of was. You start all over because you got to get reclassed into a new job and then go to that tech school. So that's what happened. I got reclassed into a different job in California, but I was happy about it because, one, the tech school was shorter than air traffic. Air traffic was 3 months, while this one was 30 days. So I knew that I can finish school quicker. It was just going to California. Then I got to California, got there. The base there was not as good as Mississippi because it was a Navy base. And one thing is that other bases have lower quality of living and just less stuff compared to the Air Force. The Air Force, we're like the bougie people. We got like a lot of things and fancy stuff. But I graduated. I graduated my class in September 26, finishing tech school. But because of the government shutdown, I was stuck there until December. And December 9th is when I got my orders to go to my base, which is now in Florida, where I'm stationed at. And I got to see my family, spend the holidays with them, which was nice. I love seeing my family. I got some time of being a regular person and not being in the military, which is always good. And now I'm here. I'm in Florida. I'm learning my job, like actual on the job training and stuff like that. And yeah, like I would say the military has been a long journey, and it was something that I didn't know that I would be able to do, but I was not going to give up and just fail. And I did it. And no one could take that away from me, that I actually passed BMT tech school and I'm now officially operational in the Air Force. And I don't know how long I'll be in. I am on a 6-year contract, only have 1 year done, so I got 5 years left in the military. And depending on how my job goes, I might stay. Like, it's just really I need to keep working on my physical fitness. I gotta keep that up because you do PT tests in the operational every 6 months. So maintaining that is like important. Which I always wonder, how the hell do some people maintain it? Because you do see bigger people in the Air Force, and some people may think like, how the hell that even happens? And not to discredit, there are some big people who can perform. So maybe that's it. Technically, that was me because I passed the PT test, but they've been talking about the 1.5 mile going away and the 2 mile, which I'm not looking forward to. But they've been saying that it's not gonna go to the 2 mile. Just a lot of different stuff. But I like it in the military. They give you money. They pay for my family. Like, I make more money being in the military than I did being in New York in a job. And there's just a lot of good benefits that come with it. The free healthcare and stuff like that. Education. I could put my entire family through school and myself if I wanted to. And stuff like that. But yeah. This video has been a long time in the making, and I finally did it, and I'm here. All right, guys, out of here.